Hello. Thank you for the wonderful instruction. Wow, English today. Um, Thank you for the wonderful instructional. I'm just going to go with that video and text Sasami chat. I can English, I swear. Okay, today we're going to continue work on the big monolith of a stand podium in the middle of the room right now. Though when I'm done today, it should hopefully be within proportions. Speaking of which, I can scale that down right now by looking at my reference image over here on the left. Okay, so I believe I have, I have two. So I need to hide one of these. And let's see, which one do I want? This is, okay, yeah. I almost missed my usual routine this morning before setting up for the stream, because a demo came out for a game that I got really interested in, so I've been playing that demo all morning. The demo is also one of those demos that will have a survey later if you play it enough, and I think it's called Try something. Let me look. Triangle Strategy. Well, specifically Project Triangle Strategy. It's from the same people who did Bravely Default and Octopath Traveler. And so far it's pretty fun. Though I definitely have notes for these people when their survey comes up, and I'm probably gonna actually tweet them today because well, certain things about the interface while in combat were driving me absolutely crazy. Like, they do have a top-down view of the battle. The problem is, buildings get in the way in the top-down view. If you zoom out so it switches to a top-down view, you can't see through buildings. So it makes it really hard to navigate in that view. Yeah, I'm gonna wait for that one to come out because it's not being developed by the same team who did the original Pokemon Snap. It's actually being developed by, I believe, Bandai Namco. Even though they're really good people and they've done really good Pokemon games before, I'm gonna wait because you have to like really nail the Pokemon Snap formula. Because that first game was so well done and creative in the way it handled things that you have to like have studied the original really well to know why it does such a good job of giving you that feel of exploring a living, breathing Pokemon world. Okay, so now I'm gonna get back to this. I just thought I'd bring that up since I spent like a good portion of the morning, not all morning, that's just me exaggerating, but a good portion of the morning, instead of actually getting dressed, playing the game. So yeah, there's that. Okay, now I need to hide one of these. Let's see. We don't need this in the render port. This will hide it from the viewport. Grab this one, turn it back on here so I can. There we go, that's the problem there. Ooh, right into the camera, right into the camera. Not exactly what I was trying to do. Yeah, I'm definitely looking forward. Yeah, the original Pokemon Snap, I think wanted items centered. They also wanted a particular pose. That mechanic is just really interesting, and the way they handled it. I would love to look at the code to see how the game could recognize where items were and stuff like that. And what's really nice is what's going to be really interesting, I should say, is the fact that since this is on the Switch and you have motion controls, if you're in handheld mode, you can move this thing around and actually take pictures. Like they've had several generations of devices where a Pokemon Snap game is a brilliant move, and it took till the third one for the game to be made. And I'm not quite sure if it was Bandai Namco who approached Nintendo slash the Pokemon Company with the idea, or if it was the Pokemon Company approaching Bandai Namco. I have a feeling it was Bandai Namco. It's like it's a usual thing. Like Nintendo is sometimes too creative for its own good. Like for instance, fans have been dying for a new F-Zero game for the longest time. And Nintendo won't make one until they come up with a gimmick for it. Because they feel that only a gimmick would make it sell better. No, it doesn't need a gimmick. It's a racing game. Just get I can't remember, I think it was Sega who made the last one. And Sega did an excellent job on that game. Just get Sega's racing team to do it again. Or get the people who did Ridge Racer to do it. Those are teams that know how to make a good, fun racing game. Because that's what you need in an F-Zero, a precise, fun racing game. So, that's what you need. You don't need a gimmick for the game. The gimmick is the game. uh, Yeah, but the 3DS and the Wii U are the two I was talking about because they both had screens with motion controls built into the screen, so you could hold it up like a real camera and move it around. Um, so yeah, that's the thing I was talking about there. Let's see. Do do do. Ah, I know what I can do. Grab this and move it off to the side here. Use this, that hides that. So this is a question for the interface of Blender. Why do I have hide from viewport and disable in viewport? Yeah, there's like been some really fascinating stuff coming out of indie games recently, and I just like all the ideas they're throwing out. Some good, some bad, but it's best to try everything because you can't just keep making games you know will sell because you don't know if they will sell. You have a high chance that they might sell, but you don't have a guarantee they will sell. So, yeah. Yeah, that's what I was kind of getting a feeling. It's like this makes it invisible, but it's still available for other objects, and this makes it so it's not interacting with other objects. Because I know what this last one is. This last one makes it so it doesn't accidentally get rendered in the shot when you're going to do a test render. So let's see here. Now we grab this one, and we're going to scale it down. Oh, excuse me. Okay. That seems about right for the height there. So let's zoom out a little bit. And why don't we go back here and put this back to the side, zoom in, so I can move this up. Okay, now how is that space? Is it shift space that makes the whole thing? Wow. Show maximize area. Yeah, it is control space. There we go. That's going to need to be further away from the wall. I'll probably need to scale it up some. So I'm going to go to the side. And let's move it away from the wall. There we go. Let's put it about here. How does that feel? Yeah, that feels about right. Let's see how it looks in the render there. It makes sense that this would actually be a really small podium. Okay, let's see. Catch up on the chat a little bit here. That particular scenario there of rendering it like a furry coat probably won't happen, because even if I had an apple bloom model in here, it wouldn't have fur on it or hair, because this is more akin, well, it would have a mane, but it wouldn't be using fur rendering. So I won't have a chance to accidentally apply a texture to it that would generate fur. Now, I might accidentally have something have the wrong texture coordinates and end up with Apple Bloom's texture on it if I had an Apple Bloom model. But yeah, nothing as fun as that. Like, if you go back and watch the accidental renders from the give me a skin here, the first Shrek movie, those are pretty funny, because you have sometimes where Donkey is just a ball of fluff, like Fuzzy Donkey. Okay. Let's see here. So based on the line, this actually has to move forward more. Let's see, go to Y. Let's see. That feels about right for the edge of that. So Gonna have to change this to cursor mode, put the cursor right here, cursor to grid. And let's see here. We also want the cursor to... Okay, let's try this. Actually, cursor to active. And nope. Let's see. Let's grab the cursor. Can I? Yes, I can actually lock it to a... There we go. There we go. But it's all the way over there. Okay, that's weird. So let's start moving the cursor. By clicking like that, it brings it all the way... Oh, what? Oh, because there's a wall there. Why is that a thing? Can I, like, turn off that function? Can I? Is there an option to turn that off? Ah, that would be it. I do not need that. Thank you very much. Okay. Cursor to active. Grab it. Yay! It stays where it's supposed to. Okay. Now cursor back to active. Grab the cursor. Wait a minute. Actually, I can probably get this better to where I want it if I turned it into edit mode. Highlight just the front here and go cursor to active, or no, cursor to selected. There we go. That puts it right where I want it to be, because I want to scale. Where is that option? Yeah, there it is. 3D cursor. So now I can scale this down a little bit here because it's a little too large. So we're going to want to scale that down. That feels about right. Yeah, there's a lot of like neat things that came out of accidents like that. Like, I would have to double check this, so take it with a grain of salt. But like the backstory of Oreo is that was supposed to be a cream topped cookie, and the machine malfunctioned and put another cookie on top of the cookie, so you ended up with a cookie sandwich. Ah. Okay, so that feels about right, but I think I actually need to rotate this a little bit, because it looks like it's actually... I'm going to try look at one of my other references to see if I need to actually adjust that. So apple bloom. Excuse me. No, the angles are the same, so the angle on this actually... excuse me, needs to rotate a little bit. So let's go back over to here, go to top. And actually change this back to going around boundary box. Rotate this. A little bit more, a little bit more. Yeah, that looks about the right rotation there. Okay. Ah, yeah. Uh, I always find it funny when you like take a thing out of a bag and you're like, wow, it's not supposed to be like that. That's cool. I'm still gonna eat it though. Okay, that's that. That's the one we want. So, there we go. Okay. Oop. I just noticed I am still in that, so I need to go here. Actually, grab this and move it to there. There we go. Now, let's see here. Change this to wireframe. Because it actually looks like... Let's go with local on this and grab it. Okay, if you look at that, that's actually slightly... inward. Oops. Did not mean to go render, but that's okay. Nothing should break. Maybe? Okay. Looking at stats here. Everything still seems to be good. Looking at the time. Okay. Let's take this back to here. And go back to this. Do, 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 do. What would happen if I move that? That's not what I meant. Okay. I'm actually having trouble reading what RT means. Yay for me not being the best reader in the world. Okay, let's grab both of these. Do this one and actually pull it out slightly here. Okay, let's see. just gonna move that back to the way it was, because I don't have to be like completely show accurate, but the angle there is going to be better. Okay. Okay, let's zoom this back out so we're getting the whole camera view here. Ah, gotcha. Hmm. Okay, let's see here. So we got that. That's rotated. So it does look like it should actually be a little skinnier. So what I will do here is do this, do that, change this to local, grab let's see what that looks like here. Looks like texture got a bit distorted, but that's okay. I can actually fix that by doing this and grabbing and this. Okay. Yeah, once again, I'll leave it back to the way I built it. Okay. Now, let's see here. Let's go take this back to this view. And are the heights between this box and that scaled correctly? Yeah, it looks like they're just about the same height. Well, not the same height, but they should be the comparable heights to the objects in the reference image. Okay, so I got that. Now I just need to texture this, and I actually decided I'm going to change the model a little bit because I don't think there's actually a little gap in the top like I've seen in a lot of podiums. I think it's just a big flat surface. So what I'm going to do here is actually do that so I have full view of this. Take this back into solid, go here, and I'm actually just, can I turn the X-ray? Okay. Yeah, I can. Boom. Okay. So what I actually need is I need to get rid of those two, those two, those, and those. And that one, that one, that one, and that one. And I put a face back there. That solves that problem. Yeah, I haven't finished texturing that back wall yet. I was thinking I'd get most of the objects done, and then I'd go in there and edit that texture so it would have the corresponding lines. Okay. this, and let's go to texturing. And let's go to texture paint. And is it tools? Yeah, it's tools. Because we need to go to, is this where it is? Okay, defaults it to black. That's interesting. Okay, now. Well, that's interesting. What part is that associated with? Huh. Okay. Nope. Nope. Okay. View. Align view. Align view to active. Okay, here. Okay. Okay, I see how that unwrapped that. Okay, what's interesting is I have the bottom here. Okay, we've got some strange stuff going on with the way this thing was unwrapped. Okay, also let's change this to... Let's go to texture here. Okay. Podium. Looking up the word podium. So I know how to spell it. Because I don't spell well. Okay. I mean, when I cast magic, it just goes everywhere. Okay. That's interesting. Okay, I wonder if this is a texture for the brush. I'm guessing it's a texture for the brush. So let's do that. over here and create a new image. Let's actually make the image there's no eyedropper there, because I was thinking I could eyedrop this up here. So what I'll actually do is turn that off. Go here and use this to actually select that color. So I can go in here and get the hex code for it. And go here and hit new image. Go here and dump the hex code in for it. So I get that color. And see, how big is this image again? I think it's like 4,000 something. Ah, there it is. Okay, go here, paste the hex code in. Then I can look up there and type in 4,096 and 4,096 blank. Okay, there we go. That is interesting. Okay. Oh, I see what's going on there. I see a problem with the model. That is all one face, and it should be multiple faces. Okay. That's an interesting possibility, Sasami-chan. Okay. Let's actually delete the face here. And we're going to want to be in this mode because we want to select this one and that one and hit that. Highlight that and excuse me. That. Hit face. Highlight. Yep, those two. And that, and hit face. There we go. Yeah, I'm glad you're having fun, Sasami-chan. Okay, so I now have that. Let's go back to here and highlight this. Okay. 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 I think these two actually have to be. Let's see. Where is that button that makes them into triangles? Okay. Ah, yes. There was a lot of characters in um, Gen 1 He-Man that I really liked. Though I must say, I was when I got bored with my toys, I started doing strange stuff to them just to see how they worked. Like I put the He-Man toy in a vise and crushed it just to see how the arms and stuff connected because it was just a plastic thing. Uh, I also usually did that after I broke it by accident beforehand. So I was like, oh, the toy's broken anyways. Okay, let's see here. Now, where is it? Is it split? Faces to edges. Faces, edges, and faces. No, that's not it. Okay. I'm just going to transform, rotate, move, shear, push, blend, warp, randomize, shrink. Nope. Hmm. Yeah, that was a problem. Okay, that's not what we want. Maybe anything to the face action here. Yep, that's what we want. Okay. So that should help with any distortion in the future. Okay. I think that's everything. Hmm. I don't know why this reminded me of this, but I had a lot of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle toys. Michelangelo and Donatello were my favorites. Though I did have a couple of Raphael toys, just because they were the ones that were on sale at the time. Okay, let's just see here. Now, where is... There we are. Okay, let's do... Okay, that just bleh everything there. So... Go here. New texture. Color. Okay. Texture image. PODIUM. And I used to do that a lot too, like add different accessories from different lines and not just different lines of the same toy line, but like from other toys. Also, Transformers. Transformers were one of my favorite line of toys. I love Transformers. I had so many Grimlocks. I also had the. It's kind of funny. Out of all the out of all the Transformer dinosaurs, I only remember Grimlock. I do not remember the name of any of the others. Okay, so this will actually mostly work for what I needed to do. Is that the front? That is the front. Okay, cool. So what do I want to do here? Yeah, a lot of like toys and TV shows we thought were like one thing, one toy line, were actually multiple toy lines in Japan. Okay, let's see here. Okay. Excuse me. Okay, so yeah, that's about right. So, how do I want to do this? Because I know I want to rearrange how this is mapped out right now. A lot of interesting. I like how you're saying all this stuff about the He-Man, and there's just a lot of interesting history behind how toys are made, like GoBots. Oh, sorry. Like GoBots and Transformers and Hot Wheels. Well, I think Hot Wheels were an entirely American thing, but like a lot of the car toys that you would think are like solely one thing were actually multiple things in Japan that American people bought the rights to like five different things and made them into one thing over here. It was like weird stuff. I can't remember. Like there's some YouTube channels that I used to watch that basically did the backstories behind these. It was really neat. Okay. Now, how do I want to do this? I think I'm actually going to keep the way they did the layout because this is the way I want it to be. So that's basically the way we want it. So I'm going to hit save here. And I'm going to, let's see, image, and, excuse me. There's the button I was looking for. Okay, do that. Back to material preview. Let's take it to the front. Okay, let's go back to this, and let's just sketch in a rough idea of where that is. And actually what I want to do let's see, that's interesting. Okay, so that's the difference. Okay, so we do have the ability to draw on any of this. Okay, so what we're going to want to do is this and this and that. Add that. And okay, cool. I'm just playing around right now just to see what painting like that looks like. Because I can undo things. Okay, now we want to put that back to the front, and we actually want to fill in these spots with a darker color, because I'm going to be redoing all of this in the image editing program outside, so I want to be able to see the mapping of the objects. So what I'm going to do here is I'm actually going to do this and brighten it some. Well, I'm probably going to be adding props and stuff to it as I move along. But right now I'm focusing on like major furniture items. So did I break something? Spinning wheel of death. Ah! Let's see if I crashed Blender, ladies and gentlemen. I may have crashed it. I like that comment, Sasami-chan. I am in fact not a puppet. At least that's what people would think I would say if I was a puppet. So we're doing that. So just to let you know, everything's back up and running. I just need to start up some programs, and then I'll switch back over to the main view. So I come in and make that comment real quick, Sasami-chan, and I gotta need to get this other stuff set up. Then I'll be right back. Okay. Everything's back up and running. I'm probably gonna do this for like another 10 minutes. Um, because of the whole crash and everything. So basically I'm gonna get like the texture basically set up, and it looks like Blender auto saved for me, which is great. So I didn't really lose anything. So let's put this back to this view and go from the front here. Take this back to texture paint. Let's do this. Click on. Whoop. That's pretty much what I wanted to happen actually. But we actually want it to be a lighter color. So we're gonna switch those two. Click on this, brighten this up a little bit. Now we click on that. And go like that. Okay. I think I forgot to do something. Let's actually take this back to that. Oh, that's funny. Okay. Cool. Bleeding is still set to off. That's what we want. Okay, I'm gonna click back on that. Do that, then re-highlight these two. Like so. Like so. Okay. Like so. And actually, I am going to make this a different color because we do have a darker color underneath here, which is technically just the lighting, but I could actually, and before I do that, I'm going to add that as a color. But I'm actually going to do that to help distinguish. Yeah, and apparently it's more of a maroon than a brown. Good to know. Okay. Get back to that. Back to this bright color and hit that. Okay. Now that all of that's like that, I'm actually going to go back to here, go back to the brush, lock it to the front view, and let's paint in what this looks like here. After I change the brush color to the appropriate color here. Okay. Add that to the palette, and let's draw. that looks about right. Just doing a general sketch in right now where I can lay down the lines and get an idea for it when I actually do the actual texturing. Yeah. Okay. So save that. Save the image. There we go. Okay. Nice. So I'm gonna now open up that image in my image editor. And I'm gonna lay down some of the basics, and we'll probably call it there after I'm done with the basics. I think the real big problem I'm running into right now is even though I have 16 gigabytes of RAM in this machine, I only have like 2 gigs of video RAM, which is probably what I'm running into a lot, what causes the crashes and stuff like that. And the fact that my textures are so huge for the image, I think it's causing a problem. So that's what I'm constantly running into when things crash. Okay, now let's go back to Blender. Okay. 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 There you are. And there's our texture. Okay. Now I'm going to save this as podium texture. Boom. Okay. Let's see here. So we're going to need to create a... So what we're going to actually do is here, going to grab this, create a white box. Does it have... Cool. No. Outlines. That's what we want. So I'm going to do that and snap it there. Highlight it like so. Move this down so it's semi-transparent here. This guy use me. Okay. And So I'm gonna save this, and I just thought of something that may be a problem. So what I'm gonna do here is do this. Let's zoom in. I think I still have pixel snapping on. Nope, okay, that's snapping to that. Let's see. Okay, that's what we want. Okay. Zoom out a little bit. Cool, okay. Okay. All right, that is lined up perfectly there. Okay, cool. That's all lined up just the way we want it to be. Yeah, this is this is me responding to Sasami Chan's latest comment, how he's had autosave save him, but also cause him to go into an endless loop. I've had that, but this is also why versioning is important. And I actually have a program that's constantly versioning files in the background for me. It makes it so if a file's saved to, the moment that save happens, it saves the old copy of it, but then also saves the new copy and dates the old copy. So it's automatically setting up versions for me in the background. I've had so many instances of losing work in the past that I am paranoid about it. So I have like systems on top of systems on top of systems to save me. I can't remember like what Blender's autosave is set to. Let's see. Currently, Blender's autosave is set to every 2 minutes. And it also does versioning. It's currently set to have 2 previous versions of the file. So that's handy. Okay, now that I've confirmed how that works, I can now go back over to here. And go with the pen tool. And actually, let's call this white. And lock it. Let's actually also, let's see, turn on grid. That's interesting. It's only doing that. Interesting. Okay, cool. There we go. Boom. Now comes the hard part. D. Where is that button? Actually, I'm going to just have to switch over to that. Click on this, then switch back to this. Now I can, it's going to be easier to line up with this one. That way. we go. And now we temporarily turn off that one, and we do this and click out there. Okay, turn that back on. And there we go. Now I just need to hide that and go back to here. And we're going to want to click here, 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 and here, 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 and here, and here. Okay. Well, what I usually do, since I usually take my pictures using my Google Pixel phone, I actually have it set to save in RAW and JPEG. So it creates a save file that's in RAW, but it also has a JPEG of what everything Google does with its AI magic to the image. Okay. Now let's see here. Gonna turn back over to this. Actually, it looks it's going to be easier if I just turn this off and move these one by one. Let's zoom in. Okay, that's actually what we've been wanting. Okay, highlight that and move this over to here. Make sure these are lined up on the squares they should be lined up on. Okay. Now let's see here. So what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to click on that and do that. Line that up. Okay. Make sure everything's all nice and tidy. There we go. Oh, that's good to know. Okay, let's see. It looks like I actually want to move this to there, I think. Maybe. Okay, let's see. Does that curve feel right? Also, I seem to suddenly remember that there might actually be an option for the block object in this to actually do this kind of curve automatically. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to save my progress on that. And I am just going to add a block here. And grab it and move it to about here. Actually, I think I can click on this and have this object aligned to that object. Okay, so yeah, that's what we want. So I'm going to actually hide that one, go back to this one. And now yeah, right there. And now I can just like take this and convert to curve. And now we have our thing, and we can go over to stroke, add a stroke to it, do this, and now I can go to okay, let's do that, flip that, click on this actually, change that to that color, I think. Go back to layers, let's hide this, go back to the colors, go like that, go like that, go here, and let's say 5. Let's see if, no, it's gonna be needed thicker than 5. Let's try 25. That looks good. Yeah, I think that looks good. Okay. And I'm actually just going to move this down so it more matches that. Okay. Okay, that's not exactly what I wanted to do. I'm so used to Blender that hitting the tab to go into edit mode is like my default instinct. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to move this down a little bit here. And I'm going to hit save and call it for today. So we have the basics of how we want the texture to work out. We have everything laid out for it. I'm just going to fill in the other squares next time because they're all the same flat color, but having them filled in here makes it easier to texture in the future if I need to make any modifications or if I want to put any extras in later. Or to be able to reuse this texture for another object, having more control over it will make it easier to work. So today I'm going to call it here, and I'm actually going to be working on the YouTube channel after this, offline as it were, to start getting some stuff together for new episodes. I don't know when they're going to go up because there's still a lot of work to do on a lot of different episodes, but I'm actually going to start doing some more work on it. I almost have some files finished to a point where I can now have them stacked off to the side for when they will be ready to release. Okay, so all the usual stuff. Thank you for watching. Thank you for being here, Sasami-chan. Thank you for suffering through another stream crash. That was fun. I hope anyone who watches it in this anyone who watches this in the future, I swear I can English today. Um, Thank you for watching. Thank you for staying till the end. Thank you for suffering through what's like a second glitch to you. You don't even see it. Like the stream just kind of continues on because I looked at the file afterwards. It basically blends together. You just don't see anything. Um, so the usual, click the links below. Watch other videos on our channel. Thank you for coming. It's been fun working on this with all of you. And I'm glad these videos seem to be doing well. That's cool. We've gotten 3 new subscribers thanks to these streams. So that's awesome. So thank you all. And I hope you all have a good period of time after this video. Since I have no idea when you'll be watching this. Or what side of the world you're on. So thank you all again. And you all have a good time. Bye.